Let's see if we're... Da-da-da. Yay, I think. Perfect. Oh, let me mute that. Yay, okay, we're live. Let me text my family and get out the... What am I even thinking of? The link, whatever I'm trying to say. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, 7:01, not bad. Just ever so slightly late, I think, by like a few seconds. No viewers yet, that's fine. Why did I... No, I did not, never mind. Get on the charity page so I can follow it. There we go. And... perfect. Okay. Alright. Just letting the family know that I'm live. Where's that group text? There we go. Perfect. Hey! What's up? Hi, Ian. First one here. I remembered the name this time. Let's see. Hey, Matthew. What up? Alright, just messaging my family that we're live. I'm gonna tweet out. Hey, Pudgy Bear. Yes, just in time. Hey, nobody you know. Hey, Ryan. Getting a lot of people all at once. I'm very excited about that. Let's see. Let me see if it'll let me share. Copy link. There we go. Let me just tweet out that we are live real quick. Let's see. Yes, Rebecca, you did make it. Sorry that I'm quiet for a second. I'm just tweeting out the link. And perfect. Okay, should be good. Let's see. Yes, okay, perfect. All right. So, we are all set up. Let's see. And also, so originally, I thought we were going to be watching Ator tonight, the Netflix episode from season 12. But we had two donations on the polls in the last couple of weeks, or in the last week, that actually put Beast of Hollow Mountain first, so by like $5. So we are doing Beast of Hollow Mountain instead from season 11, which I'm very excited about. We will just chat for a little while. Also, so what we're gonna do, because seasons 11 and 12 don't have any shorts, like the last few eras we talked about did, I will be doing a couple RiffTrax shorts that I love that are also on the, what am I trying to say? They're also on their YouTube channel, so YouTube shouldn't cut us off this time, at least for the shorts. When it comes to the movie, I'm just hoping YouTube won't cut us off. If that happens again, give me 2 to 5 minutes and I will have us back up with something else. Probably a RiffTrax thing. But, just so you guys know, hopefully we won't have that happening, but just in case we do, I have some backup plans. So, let's see. And let's just read a few comments and hang out for like 10-15 minutes. Let more people, excuse me, let more people get in here. Let's see. So, Ian's asking if I've seen the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or the spin-off of Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. I know I watched Mr. Rogers a little bit as a kid, but it was just a little bit before my time, I think, to where I didn't watch a lot of it. It was more like my parents, and aunts who watched it, as far as I know. Let's see. Pudgy Bear, currently at work. I do hope this stream helps you get through very much for that. Ryan, just sum up at Haunted Mansion. Quite a step up from the last few years. I actually still need to watch it. I know that sounds like really bad, because I've had people ask like, hey, have you seen it? And I'm like, not yet. But, it's just between, you know, being busy with work stuff, and then when I do have downtime, I just haven't. I think part of it is that I'm like scared because sometimes the Muppet stuff is kind of rough, and I'm like, or it's just boring. Like, Muppets Now, overall, is a boring show, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't really feel like watching that right now. But that's okay, I will watch it. One of my sisters said it is better, like you said, for Disney for now, so I'll take those words for it for sure. Let's see. Yeah, Ator is like, it's a weird it's a weird episode. Like, but it was good. Like, the riffs were actually so good. The one thing I was interested to talk about with that one actually came more from the host segments than the movie. So we can talk about that for a couple minutes here. Is that with season 12, one of the biggest things for me is just that the host segment storyline that they chose for that season was rough, and it ends in a really weird way, especially for it being a Netflix show. So that would have been interesting to talk about, because it was the last episode of that season. It ends with them all, sorry, just moving some of my cords around here, heading for, like, their live shows, which to me feels really weird if you're not talking about either a show that's on television and it has a very set up season and hiatus schedule, or something on YouTube, something a little more free form in that way. But having it be a Netflix show that everyone binges and then be like, oh, we're going out on tour and we're gonna kind of tease this in the show itself, I thought that was weird. So that's what I was gonna talk about, was really just the how the riffs in that one I think are some of the best of that whole season. That one actually had me cracking up. Hey Jackie, good to see you. Glad you could make it this one. But I thought that it was just a lot of not really funny build up for no payoff, which kind of what happened at the end of season 11 too. So I don't know what they're doing with those host segments. Not saying that the original always had the best host segments either. Season 6 is pretty mess. Season 8 can actually even be pretty rough sometimes. But I'm like, this is Netflix. You can kind of do whatever you want, and they can be as long as you want, and it's just weird. It's just odd. Let's see. Oh, you were on vacation, Jackie. I hope you had a good time. Ooh, okay. Matthew has a really good question. What's your favorite episode of the Netflix phase? And conversely, what are your least favorite from those two seasons? I am going to pull up a list because this is one of the reasons I was really excited to do a Netflix season 1. And if it goes well and YouTube doesn't shut it down, maybe we'll do more Netflix episode 1s in the future, because I don't think I've actually just sat down and watched a Netflix era episode since the end of season 12. I think once I reviewed them for that, I just haven't touched them since, because they're not super interesting. Like, I think I binged season 11 pre-season 12, like right before it. And then let's see. And then I just didn't. And I mean, not that I need a reason. It just, like, they're not that interesting. In comparison, where are you at? There we go, I think. Okay, season 11 and 12, Reptilicus. Okay, so, I would say that, actually, Beast of Hollow Mountain is one of my absolute favorites. So when this one actually won, I was super excited. When this one had those last couple donations come in for it, I was very excited by that. This one is really, really good. What else? Season 11, I also liked Wizards of the Lost Kingdom 2. I think I liked a little better than the first. The first one was good, but, like, I liked that one better. Avalanche, I also really like. That one's pretty high on my list as well. That might be my second favorite. Ator, from what I'm remembering, again, I only watched it once, I think. But it shocked me with how funny the riffs were. Now, the movie does give them a lot to work with, but that, I mean, you still have to write good jokes and be funny. So I think that was a big one that should be my favorite of that season, probably. Maybe Killerfish would be up there. I would say Beast of Hollow Mountain, off the top of my head, is my favorite in general. But there are other good ones. When it comes to least favorite, Ryan guesses, wild guess, Atlantic Rim. No, Atlantic Rim is possibly the most boring episode I've ever seen in my life. It is nothing. And I'm like, if you pick a movie and it's tough, and it's tough, and you're not getting good material, because I've heard that they were like, oh man, this one is hard, then maybe pick a different movie. You literally only had 6 episodes in that season. Why waste one on a movie that's giving you nothing to work with? I'm not the one picking the movies. I'm not the one getting the okays for the movies for Netflix or whatever. I just think that's a really stupid idea, to be honest. I just think that's really dumb. If you know this movie's giving us nothing, why would you waste your time with it? Why would you waste your audience's time with it? I don't know. I don't understand that one. But one of my there's a few that I really don't like. Reptilicus, I think, is also actually pretty boring. I think that one, though, I give them a little more grace, because they were clearly getting in their groove. Because the thing that always gets me is in, like, the climax, I think, there is a scene where you have, like, people running and a bridge collapsing or something's going on. Like, a lot of action is happening. And there's, like, 5 subsequent shots that are, like, really, really, really quick. It's, like, boom, 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 but, like, real fast. And they riff every single shot. They put a separate joke in every single shot that are going by, like, seconds at a time. And that's overcrowding it. I would rather have a couple breathers so you can actually laugh and enjoy it without it being like bam, 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 and you can't breathe and you can't even fully process every joke because it goes too fast. But it was their first episode, so I do give them leniency on that. I definitely understand that you have to find yourself. And Jackie says it has the best Netflix season song. Yes, it does. I think the second best is Daytime Ended. I think it's that one with the concept song. That is a good one. It's really, really fun. Matthew says, my favorite was Cry Wilderness because of how insanely awful the movie really is. My own least favorite was Atlantic Rim, and it was so boring that I gave up on the Netflix gauntlet. Dude, that says a lot. That says a lot. If you're like, this is so rough, I'm giving up on it. For a Mystery Science fan to say that, for a RiffTrax fan, like, that's bad. Like, that's tough. Let's see. Hey, Roland. Even if you can't stay for the whole episode, this will obviously be up on my channel if you're good with watching it after that. So hopefully you can at least stay for some of it or pop in. But it's good to see you here. And let's see. So, I actually don't like Cry Wilderness, really. I don't know why it is super popular. If you love it, if it is your favorite, I'm happy for you. I absolutely am. I'd rather have more episodes that I like than that I don't like. Absolutely. But again, it's one that I think they don't fully get into the potential of it. Again, I haven't watched these in a while. Maybe I'm just being dumb, but that one has never connected with me like it did with everyone else. But I have to say my least favorite, because I'm adding everything together for this show, they're the ones that decided to come back with host segments and stuff. They're the ones that decided to make it a whole show again, right? The episode that does the absolute worst for me in terms of riffing, in terms of editing of the film, especially because it's on Netflix, and host segments, has got to be Mac and Me. Yes, Roland, there are going to be 2 shorts, I think, actually. I'm going to do RiffTrax shorts in lieu of there not being any Netflix shorts that exist. But, so the thing about Mac and Me is it's such a famously bad movie. I had seen reviews of it before, not the full film. And so when they said through Mac and Me, I was like, holy crap, that's gonna be crazy. Like, that's awesome. That's so exciting. It's gonna be ridiculous. And then they cut out a lot of the most ridiculous parts. Like the whole McDonald's dance number, gone. Why? Like, that's the most famous scene in the movie, and they cut it. There's like a tiny, tiny bit of the McDonald's, if I remember, but it's like an 8-minute scene or something in the movie, and it's like 30 seconds. In the riff, and I was mad. I was like, why would you do that? Like, if you have to cut the most famous scene of the movie, don't do it. I have that exact same problem with the RiffTrax of It's a Wonderful Life. I can totally play both sides on this one. RiffTrax, it's awful because, like, it's a great riff, and then right as George Bailey is like, he jumps off the bridge save Clarence, and then it's like, it cuts to the end. It's ridiculous. Like, same thing as with Mac and Me. Like, you don't cut out the most famous parts. If you have to, then either don't do it, or if you're RiffTrax, release an MP3 version. Release an MP3 version. Hey, Amy, what's up? That's just something I don't... Right, Rebecca, my guess it was some legal jargon, which is probably true, but if that's the case, especially in RiffTrax's case, then release the MP3. Why would you do that? Like, why would you try to make it a whole thing if it's not gonna work, if you're not legally allowed to do it, then just don't. I would say just don't do it, please. And then the Mac and Me one is, not only do you cut out the most famous part, and again, this isn't Netflix, so you know they have the money. RiffTrax is its own small business. Maybe it didn't have the money, you know, to do the legally to get all of It's a Wonderful Life. Netflix has the effing money to work something out with Mac and Me and McDonald's or whatever the issue was. So that's one thing. Two is the riffs are just so effing boring. And I feel like some of them are really... One thing where I was like, this is a running gag that they kind of... What just happened? Okay, there we go. I couldn't see myself for a minute there. There we go. The one thing about it is... Let me get that... There we go. I hadn't touched anything for a few minutes, so it shut off on me there. It's... Yeah, like, I get it, but again, like Matthew says, it was probably shorter, thus less pain. McDonald's and their lawyers might have been terrifying to Netflix's legal team. Again, could absolutely be true. Then why do it if you have to cut out the most important part? If this was a normal B movie that just happened to have a McDonald's scene in it that you had to cut out, I mean, that's one thing, but this is a famous B movie for being one of the worst ones out there, and... You know, you have to cut it out. Same thing with It's a Wonderful Life. Like, this is one of the most famous movies ever, and if you can't legally do all of it, then why not release the MP3? Because everyone owns that movie, or a lot of people do. So, again, when you're on television, you have time constraints, you cut it down. When you're on Netflix, if it's legal issues, then just don't do that movie. Like, that's one of the things about the Netflix seasons that I don't understand. Like, because they took some movies, especially in season 12, that are really bad movies. Atlantic Rim, Mac and Me. In my opinion, the riffs already aren't that great on those two, especially. They're pretty boring. They're not able to elevate the movies very well. And then in one of them, you cut out the most, like, important, quote-unquote, part. You know, when I hear, oh, we're riffing Mac and Me, oh, we're riffing It's a Wonderful Life, you think of, like, the McDonald's scene. You think of the actual, you know, he does not exist scene in Wonderful Life. And I just don't understand why they did that, why instead of then doing an MP3 riff or RiffTrax, or for either just paying the effing money for Mac and Me, or just not doing it. Pick another famous B movie where you can do the whole thing. You know, I don't understand why they did that. And then, of course, the biggest thing was the host segments where it... Like... I get it. Mystery Science, it's just a show. Like, everyone always says that to me on my reviews and stuff when they don't like me, and that's fine. I'm not saying you have to like me, but I hear it all the time. And I know, it's a show. But the thing to me is that Mystery Science has never been a show about having story arcs, cliffhangers, anything like that. It's a show about making you laugh. The riffs are the most important part, right? So and season 8 kind of shows why that was an issue even in the original. This is not a show for cliffhangers. This is not a show for host segments, and Sci-Fi made them do it. So on Netflix, with especially Joel being so heavily involved, I don't know what the rules were. I don't know what... Is my mic still on? Yes, okay. I don't know what the big deal, like, why they decided to do some stories in it. And again, if you make them actually funny and enjoyable to watch, I get it. But I think most of them are actually not that funny when they're the story-based ones. And then you end us on a cliffhanger for over 18 months that doesn't even end with a joke. It ends with nothing. Yes, thank you, Matthew. They should avoid cliffhangers of story arcs like the plague. It really should. Because out of a 90-minute episode, only 10 minutes or so is going to be devoted to that. And then again, it depends on the quality of your writing team. And when you have 25 effing writers or whatever the Netflix season episodes had. Like, it's just too much. Even when you just have 8 or 9, like the original team had, it was too much. It doesn't work to have a coherent storyline. The story is there's a guy in space, he's stuck here with robots, and he's making fun of these bad movies he has to watch. That's all you need. Hey, Stuffy Wuff, what up? And that's all you need about it. And so for them to be like, oh, we're going to do this cliffhanger where Jonah's kind of dead. Like, Jonah could be dead, but what's going to happen? And then it comes back after, again, over a year and a half of a wait. And nothing. There's no explanation. It's not even funny. Because every cartoon, this might hit me because I'm young. Every cartoon, 90s and 2000s, had an episode where like, oh, I just went on this big adventure, and no one will listen to them and no one will believe them. So this joke has been done 1,000 times to where it doesn't really count as a joke anymore, it just counts as a cop-out. That was the biggest thing for me. That's what I was gonna rant about, this kind of stuff, if we had watched the A-Tour episode, so I'm just doing it now, is like, these host segments, a lot of them just don't work very well anyway. I think there's too many hands in the writer's room for the Netflix stuff. I think it was too many writers. And then it's just, you know, you write these story arcs and then you either don't have an ending or you don't show the whole ending, and, you know, you cut it weird, or you build something up and then there's no answer and no joke. That's the thing that gets me, is there's no answer and no joke. If it was funny, then at least I could say that, like, but it's not. It's something that everyone can do. Like, I can write that, and that's not good. Like, if it's something I could write, it's probably not the best thing out there. But, anyway, we'll get back in the comments for a couple seconds here, and then, now that rant is over, my Netflix era rant is over, and, we can get into some shorts here. Let's see. It's like, at least for Cry Wilderness, we had the riffs to make it a little less painful, which I understand. I just wish the riffs were stronger. Rebecca says, for this week's riff, I'm babysitting 2 of my friends' guinea pigs, one of which had 3 surprise babies, and the babies are here too. Aw, hi little guinea pigs and babies. Let's see. Ooh, Amy says that there's been... people have written about the vagaries of getting movie rights on the Mystery Science Discourse board. Super interesting and easy to search if anyone's interested. I might look into that. Let's see. Amy also says, yes, Sci-Fi ran into trouble because the network ran the episodes out of order. They're the ones that are like, you guys need to have a Sci-Fi story arc. And they're like, what? So they do it, and then they run the episodes out of order, so it didn't even matter. It's, yeah, that's... oh, why does studios get all, like, messed up? Let's see. Oh, wow. My review mentioning what the, like, all the... which part, Jackie, of the My review turned you off of the whole gauntlet? Like, oh, there was no answer in Mac and Me, is that what it is? That it was, you know, resolved right away, and that nothing... yeah, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I just feel like, you know, if you're gonna build up for, like, 4 or 5 episodes, this wedding and this giant monster that kind of comes out of nowhere, this robot monster is, like, literally out of nowhere. Yeah, the cliffhanger. And you have this cliffhanger about it. Again, if this was a show that came back in even 6 months, I definitely could have forgiven it more and been like, okay, fine, it's a comedy show, I guess. But the fact that they made us wait a year and a half for only 6 episodes and didn't give us an answer, like, that just, oh, it gets me mad. Let's see. Yes, the episodes in Rome where there was a cliffhanger with the Mads, it's like, why? Why do you do that? Again, I am not just discriminating against the Netflix series. I am saying that across all of it, with the same, with all, any Mystery Science, unless it's for 1 episode only, do not put arcs. If they put an arc, like the Crow cheating arc, when they have the cheating short, stuff like that, or Tom asking Gypsy on a date, when it's 1 arc for 1 episode, and it's an arc, but it's just it's like a bunch of scenes for jokes, that's fine. But, like, don't be like, for 4 episodes and a season ender, we have a cliffhanger. Like, why would you do that? Ooh, Rebecca says the baby guinea pigs are named Pinto, Navy, and Butterbean. Those are very cute names. Ryan says, I swear Joel said at one point season 12 would make clear if this is the same Crow or Tom. No idea what happened to that. Yeah, that did not happen. That did not happen. I would almost rather them not mention it at all if it's, like, because I don't want it to be the same. If it's the same, you literally are, like, screwing over the end of season 10. If you said, oh, Kinga somehow, like, got a hold of the OG bots and gave them to Jonah, like, that would be a really, really crappy thing to do. I feel, based on where the story ends, I think that'd be really, really mean. So don't do that, please. Please have them be different. Matthew Floyd, the only good cliffhanger was the one from Between the Lions. At least that was entertaining. Yup. I loved those scenes. Between the Lions was, like, the show, man. Yeah, like Ryan says, I never cared about the host segments ever since I was a kid, so I get why people are upset, but it means nothing to me. Again, we're not watching this for the host segments, we're watching this for the riffs, but, you know, at the same time, it doesn't make it better that if you're gonna put them in and be like, we're gonna put in stories, stuff like that, then I'm like, please, 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 please make them make sense. That's all I'm asking. I feel like I'm not asking for too much. Anyway, we'll finally get into it here. Oh my god, who just donated? What just happened? Oh my gosh, what just happened? Oh my god, we got an anonymous for 33. We reached the 500. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, guys, we did it. We raised all the money already. I was just checking the donation page. We had been at $467, I think, so we needed $33 more. And I was just about to shout it out before we started the shorts to be like, hey, if you have a few bucks, we need to get there. We made it, guys. We did it. We did it. Oh, man. Oh, my God. A lot of it is because of anonymous people. Anonymous that just did 33 to make it up. And then last week, we had an anonymous for $100. That was a huge thing. Jackie, were you the anonymous 100 last week? Oh my god, Jackie. Oh my gosh. Oh man, Jackie, thank you so much. You should own my effing channel after all this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, props to Jackie in the chat. Shout out to Jackie. That is insane. Wow. Thank you so, so much. All of you. Anyone that was able to donate, thank you so much. Anyone that's just been here and enjoying these, though, thank you as well, just for being here. We made the 500. Anything else on top, if anyone's able to donate anything else in the next week, it ends on, I think, Halloween, the end of Halloween. That's great. It'd be super generous of you, but we met the goal, and that is so amazing. Oh my gosh. After the second stream, I started getting just a little bit worried because we didn't really make anything on the second stream, and I was like, okay, hopefully we'll get it. But thanks to Jackie and then all the donators from last week, we have gotten there. So thank you all so, so much. We raised $500 for St. Jude's, and that's something that we can hold on tight to forever. Like, I was thinking about that just last night. I was like, if my channel does nothing else, it's like we have raised money for St. Jude's, and we are here to make people laugh. And it's like, that is like such a big thing. My sister just texted me, congratulations. Oh, just turned on my flashlight by accident. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting. We did it. I'm so excited that we did it. Oh my gosh. Yay. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I can't, honestly, I'm like, oh, thank God. Because for a little bit, I was like, oh man, I don't know if we could. Yes, thank you, Amy. Glad I could chip in a bit. Thank you. Again, anyone, whether it was $1, we had a few that were $1, or whether it was $100, like with Jackie, thank you all so much. Because this really will make a difference. In fact, like I said, I've been doing this whole thing this campaign has been through game theory. because every November they have a huge charity stream for St. Jude. And he was like, well, this year we want everyone to be able to campaign with us and do fundraisers through October. So that's what this has been. And every single person, if you look at every single person who has done this, and add all our game theory campaigns, game theory connected campaigns together, we have raised over $100,000 for St. Jude. $100,000, and we're 500 of that. And that is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Because yeah, I looked at this just as we were starting, and we needed that 33, and I was like, oh, we can make 33, and we already have before even watching anything. We're 30 minutes into the stream. We've done nothing. I've done nothing but complain, but we made the money. We have the $500. Wow. I honestly, like, I really hope they do something like this again next year, because I've had an absolute blast doing this, and we've made a difference. Like, we've done something. Like, we really have. And I think that that is incredible that we've been able to make something out of this. Wow, let me get back to the page here. There we go. So again, thank you all so much. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everyone. We have raised $500 for St. Jude. Yeah, and the Game Theory Community Challenge is what it's called. $102,698.37. So, man, we have done it. Wow. Okay. So now we will go finally start up what you're all actually here to see, which is, yes, thank you, Stuffy Wolf. This has been incredible. This whole thing that we actually did it, because I was like, I never one thing about me, I don't do things halfway, even if I don't know whether or not I'm able to do it. Real quick, for those of you that have not been here since the very, very beginning of the channel, because that was over 5.5 years ago, my very first project that I did that started this whole channel was 10 weeks of top 10 videos based on Mystery Science and RiffTrax. I'd never made a top 10 video in my life, but I committed to doing 10 weeks of them in a row. And then I was like, okay, then if it sucks, I'll never do it again, but hopefully I'll love it, and I'll just keep doing it. And I did. And then with this one, it was like, okay, I'm gonna not just fundraise, I'm gonna fundraise doing live streams, which I've never done before, and I'm gonna do one every single week for 4 weeks, and we're gonna earn at least $500 for St. Jude, and we did it. Like, I will completely just jump into things head first, having literally no clue what I'm doing, and if I can do it right and it works. So, man, that is incredible. Hey, Sketchman, what's up? We reached our $500 goal already, so that is insane. Anything on top of that is amazing, but we reached the goal. I'm very excited, and we're finally about to start the Riff stuff. I was complaining about the host segment stuff from season 8 and the Netflix seasons for a while, and now we're gonna actually get down to business, watching the fun stuff. Also, if you guys really do enjoy these streams and want me to keep doing them, even though we won't be fundraising anymore, just do them for fun, like, please, please, please let me know. I have a bunch of fun ideas for holiday ones, if everyone will still come watch. So, oh, man. Oh, thank you, Jackie, that the top 10s were great. Found your channel a few weeks after you started when I was searching YouTube and YouTube for Mystery Science and RiffTrax things. Man. Yes, thank you very much. Hey, new Starcade fan, what's up? I have that, what am I thinking of? The short you wanted me to riff. I have it edited and everything. I just haven't posted it yet because I wanted today to be all about our last charity stream. And then either tomorrow or Wednesday, I will post that. Roland, are you considering streaming Fun in Balloon Land sometime near Thanksgiving? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, actually. Oh, I remember when you were just starting. Glad you're still doing it. Thank you, Devlin. So, yes, just steer clear of the Gumby lawyers. Exactly. But we are finally starting this, but thank you very much for, I'm glad you guys have been enjoying these streams. Like, at the end of everyone is so nice, and, like, thanking me for hosting and saying it's been a great night, and that's what, I had some people that are like, this is what I needed today, and, like, that's why I'm here, and that's why I want this channel to be here. Ooh, just came back from RiffTrax Live Carnival of Souls, huh, Sketchman? If I can do it quickly enough, I'm gonna try to put that in for a review this month, hopefully. We'll see if I can do it quickly enough. Yes, Dangeresque the Third, we are finally getting in with movie sign here, so I will finally stop just yammering on about random stuff. But yeah, it's like we reached our goal, so I can like, it's like I can breathe a sigh of relief that we actually did it, and be like, okay, we did it. Oh, thank God, we did it. So, and now we can finally watch all the fun stuff. So I picked 2 of my favorite shorts to do today. We are doing Courtesy, A Good Example, and the absolute classic of Shake Hands with Danger. And then we will do Beast of Hollow Mountain. So, let's see. Let me make sure that I can actually hear. Let me put a headphone in here. So, I should be able to hear everything. Let me know if the audio is weird at all. Hopefully, this will be right. Sketchman says if you end up being late, consider it a Day of the Dead movie theme review. That's true. I could be like, hey, Dia de los Muertos. I should be able to pronounce that way better. I'm actually Mexican. What is wrong with me? Anyway, so we should be able to hear this, but let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. Yes, so I thought these are 2 of my absolute favorite shorts, and they're already up on the RiffTrax YouTube channel in full. And they do live premieres of their stuff, so hopefully YouTube will not shut us down. Let's see. And again, hopefully they won't shut down the Netflix one. If they do, we will figure it out. Hopefully we're good. So let's get started.
Batman villain Egghead's brief foray into educational films.
I can hear for sure. Let me know if you guys can hear. Actually.
Have a good day.
Okay, good. Okay.
I will, Mom.
Let me know if it's too loud or
really
too quiet.
Imaginative name. You sure stretched yourself there, Mom.
I'm suddenly very far away from you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Remember, hatching equals death. Have a nice day.
The music in this one,
And
man.
don't circle every bush again. Yesterday you didn't get to school until noon.
Yeah, Roland, I'd forgotten this music. This music, man.
Get around pretty well, considering.
Yeah, Jason, I know the Netflix episodes are on RiffTrax, but I'm worried that YouTube will try to shut it down. If it does, I'll figure something out.
Oh, I can't look. There's going to be yolk everywhere.
Excuse me, Mrs. White. Oh, he's such a good little egg. Thank
My
you,
sister
Baker.
Holly texted me and said,
Well,
the
goodbye,
egg
Mrs.
short
White.
music literally
Goodbye.
pops into my head at
Stop using
random
the same
times,
voice
and it's
as
my
me.
least favorite
Goodbye.
thing to ever happen. That is amazing.
Those green egg trees are missing something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Which came first, the chicken or the meat?
Good morning. Hi, here comes
I understand low
I'm an
budget.
abomination. Kill me
I
now.
really understand low
Don't I
budget,
always?
but this is really low budget.
Another day. Late again, Benedict? Oh, be quiet. Hey, Benedict.
Don't make Hulk Egg mad.
Yeah, why are some of them like Easter eggs? And some of them are
Horrible.
normal
None of them know
eggs.
they're headed to the omelet bar.
Yes, Sketchman, if they do a Gumby
Excuse me.
live, then this should be
Are
the
you
short they
gonna
put
move
ahead of
over,
it.
Benedict?
Or do I have to start shelling your sorry ass?
Benedict, hey, come on. Come on now.
Their longtime bow tie rivalry is finally coming to a head.
Man, every day I'm more and more grateful that I
Hey,
was
get me,
homeschooled.
I'm the Pringles mascot.
I don't want to smell any more egg farts out of you kids.
Some Easter egg decorating kids had little costumes for the egg. What? I've never seen that.
You shouldn't let Weatherman Egg drive the school bus.
Soundtrack provided by a ferret walking on a Casio tone.
Well, I am learning
Let's see.
a lot about courtesy.
Amy says,
Me
I'm a
too.
true
For
70s
example,
child
I
with all the
managed to
shorts
have
RiffTrax
courtesy
has
not
used.
to
I've
follow
yet
the
to see
short,
one that I saw in
annoying
school or
waste of
campus as a little
time.
one. That's interesting. That means there's supposed to be that many of them,
free-range eggs
man.
are
Like, there's
driving
just a
along in their
million of
Volvo
them.
diesels, listening to the latest audiobook. by
Ryan, we're a
David
minute in and I'm
Sedaris.
totally lost on the plot. Well, that's okay, because there isn't one.
So,
This one is very, very
eggs.
vague.
And they make all their buildings in the shape of eggs, just like we make all
I have
ours in the shape
snacks
of
here,
human
so if I
beings.
munch a little bit, because I've barely
Really
eaten
debunked the
today,
logic
so
of
if I
the
do,
egg
I
puppet courtesy
apologize.
short.
You're welcome.
You hear that Bobby got put into a souffle? Yeah, it was awful, man.
Hi. What time is it?
Everyone's just like, the music, the music, the music.
Did you do your homework?
Eggs, not known for their sharp sense of humor.
Question. Where are the flag monitors? Here they come now.
We will now recite our egg loyalty oath to our great and benevolent egg leader, unto the great flag of
Yeah,
eggdom.
egg buildings that are in the shape of egg. It's like, yeah, you don't.
Remembering the
A
dead
lot of things
egg
will do this
Marines
though.
who died in the
A
mess
lot of like
kits at
animal
Normandy.
things, short stuff like that will do that too. Where it's like, it's in the
Yep,
shape,
courtesy.
everything in this
I
doll
continue
world is
to
the shape of
practice
a
it
dog.
and
And you're like,
not
what?
fall
That's not
short
how
of
life
irritating,
works.
pointless,
You don't make
cutesy
things in the
little
shape
pieces
of
crap.
your species.
Manners would be proud of
Bring
me.
for show
Are you
and
eating
tell.
eggs in honor of this short? No, I'm not. I'm eating
What the hell's
extra
a bird?
toasty Cheez-Its and stuff like that.
Come on.
Junk food, just because I had it on hand. And I'm like, that's not messy,
Graham
it doesn't
Hookey
need
gonna visit his
silverware.
bacon
But
girlfriend
I
in the
just
rough part of
learned
town.
They are
both,
truly star-crossed.
not just how to make,
Breakfast
but the
bacon.
delicacy of soft-boiled eggs. Because I eat a lot of ramen and a lot of rice, and it's so
Can
good
anyone
on them.
explain my clothing?
Not just because of money. It's like I just like that kind of stuff.
And we'll go outside for another flag ceremony.
These voices
Come
still
back
make
in
more
for
sense
another
than Chris
flag
Pratt
salute
as
or
Mario.
two,
That's
and call it a
absolutely
day.
true.
Eggs, patriotic but poorly educated.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation under God.
Do sentient eggs have the same god as us?
Yes, and every day they wonder why God played such a cruel joke as to create them.
Why?
Eggmont, here. Sheldon, yes, ma'am.
I feel like this
Eggwood.
concept would be.
Mr. Egghead,
Used
your
in a new
producer here,
animated
I'm
short
afraid
or
we'll be pulling
series.
funding for this project.
They're not
That
eggs,
is
but
egg
oval shapes with
distortion.
the eggs
You are
having a
trying
pair
to
of arms and legs like twigs.
exterminate and egg sponge my extraordinarily excellent.
I mean, we ordered up a thing for
Everyone-
kids
eggs have a
about
terrible
courtesy.
fashion
This
style.
is just a bunch of crap
They're just
about
little felt.
eggs.
Please,
things.
I will exercise more caution from here on. I will exonerate myself in your eyes.
Yeah. Thanks anyway, Egghead. Yeah, see, get some help, man.
My sister Holly, not me, about to make eggs for dinner just because of his stupid
Yes,
shorts.
ma'am.
Teacher's haircut, courtesy Friar Tuck.
Meg, will you come to the board, please?
When I see felt, I think of like
Benedict doesn't have a
flannel
single
graph
career option
stuff,
that doesn't
and
involve
it makes me think
garbage.
of King George and the Ducky with the flannel graph.
I think when someone asks Roadhouse's
Is Humpty
Wade
Dumpty a
Garrett if
horror
they can
story
see
for the
his
egg community?
impolite egg,
I
he
don't
says,
know because of
"You
something that
will
happens
show
in a
you my
minute,
Benedict
which I'm
egg."
not gonna point out just in case.
Entirely possible.
Michelle, you did a
Yeah,
great job
question,
on
where
your
are their
homework
faces
last
supposed
night.
to be?
Unfortunately, we're greeting
Yeah,
at a
because some
curve,
of them
so you
have
get
the
a
bow
D+.
tie where it would be like on their chin, I guess, or like the teacher has
so then line
buttons
up for
up like where the
recess.
I'm not gonna
eyeline
lie,
is.
kids, some of you aren't gonna make it back.
I feel like the video should be a tiny bit
Shove
quieter.
over,
I
you
can
blue
do that.
freak. Whose flag are you saluting anyway, huh?
It's gonna be small for just a minute while I
Unfair
do
to others to
that.
cut into line, Benedict. You can go
RiffTrax
away to
has
the corner.
pretty good audio
The
on their
only kid in
stuff.
the class with a custom
So-
tailored dunce cap.
We'll turn that down just a little bit. There we go.
Crack your shell. one time
RiffTrax has
for me,
really
too.
good audio, so yeah, let me know if there's ever gets too loud. Because with YouTube, it's sometimes the problem is it's not loud enough. With RiffTrax, the problem will end up being that it's too loud.
Benedict's gonna go on a rampage with an egg beater one day, isn't
See,
he?
okay,
The slide.
Stuffy Wolf says, this reminds me of art projects I did as a little kid.
the
As a
eggs
little
having
kid,
fun
this
thing
would be
was the
super
zaniest
cute
one of
and
all.
fine, but
Come on,
clearly,
Kevin. Maybe it
like,
would
tax
return
dollars
to
went to this. Like, some
Never
company
met.
decided to make this about
Nope.
courtesy, but there's, like,
Eggs
not even a
having
story
fun on
to
the
it.
swings and seesaw. Why does this short exist?
I do not know why it does. Somebody spent a long time on this. He shot himself in the head very soon after.
Nice one.
What year was this short? I don't know. I'll look it up, because that is going to bother me now.
What's going on? Excuse me.
Maybe they
Back
wanted
off,
to use
Honky.
Weebles, but couldn't get the rights.
Excuse me.
I don't
please.
think so, because of the thing that
well.
happens in just a second. I think it had to be eggs.
Serve you all.
Hey, look. Wow,
Let's
look
see.
at that.
Oh God,
Courtesy.
seizure! I can't
Good.
stop! Ah, get me my
Example.
EpiPen!
He is good. I wish I could
See,
do
like his
that.
pencil's
Why
like
is he
right
foaming
here
at
in his
the mouth?
pocket. 1976 is when this came out. Yes, like all the world building prospects.
Too bad
everyone's
all
like,
any of us
"Yeah."
can focus on is your horrible complexion, you freak.
How did you learn those tricks? Will you teach me?
Ah, yes, the shunned is now the shunner. Bow before Pinky.
And massive head trauma.
Yeah.
Direct result of his courtesy.
Benedict, you're such a rotten egg.
Seriously, you reek of sulfur.
It's
Your
so,
rude behavior
Roland
pales
says, do you
in
suppose the
comparison
actual
to the
eggs in this
constant
were
putrid
eaten after
stench
they
you
finished
exude.
filming, or did they throw them on the mulch
Hey,
pile? I guess it
look at
depends.
that.
I assume you'd have to get rid of them because they would be in a room
He's
temperature,
dead!
if not
Jerk at it, Kevin.
hot.
Fry him up so he can feast on his innards.
Yay!
See,
Someone should help.
I don't understand this part.
Well, he doesn't care about anyone else.
Because they're like, he doesn't care about anyone.
Everyone
In real
needs a
life,
friend.
even if it was the kid, the bully,
Come on,
if the
Benedict.
bully
Let's
fell
get you out of your
and
misery over
cracked
tiny
his head
monkey
open to
bars.
the point where it was bleeding and brains were falling out, I'm pretty sure everyone would be like, oh my god, call an ambulance. They wouldn't be like, well, he doesn't deserve our help. He's
Come on, they're
mean.
not even trying.
So you're saying they don't get an
See,
A
like,
for
look
egg
at
for-
that! I'm
for an
pretty sure if
egg,
some
for
kid
egg, for-
knocked his
egg,
effing
egg,
ear
eggy,
off,
egg,
they would be
egg,
like, oh my
eggy,
god,
eggy,
call the
egg,
hospital.
egg, and an egg, and egg, 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 and egg,
Man.
egg.
I don't feel much smarter.
Yeah, so how do eggs even die in this
Lost a lot of
universe?
brain matter today,
If
Benedict.
being cracked doesn't do it, you have to be
I
like
pet my cat
fully
when I'm
cracked
home
and like
sometimes.
fried up? I don't know.
Back of the line, Corky.
Yeah, Buzz is a big car, mommy.
Look, I understand the point of this part is
Benedict,
courtesy.
this is your place
Like,
in
hey, he
line.
has to stay in line.
Benedict
At the
making
same
throw
time,
up soon.
if a kid just had brain
Well,
damage,
Benedict,
you would let him on
already
the
hit
bus
him.
first. It does not make sense.
Mickey Mouse has
Bum, bum,
a
bum,
penis.
bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Matthew says Benedict should have been dead from that fall alone. Maybe we've. Roland says maybe we've misunderstood the whole concept. Maybe it's the bits of cloth that are alive and the eggs are the
helping me out at recess
vehicles.
today. I guess I really learned my lesson.
My non-specific lesson.
I learned more about being
I love
kind,
this one, man.
helpful, and
So
courteous to others.
stupid.
And besides, we both found a brand new friend.
Egbert befriends Benedict, knowing that in its weakened state, a fatal cerebral hemorrhage and/or scrambling can't be far away.
Randall Green was tried at The Hague for musical crimes against humanity.
The jury foreman spit at him when she read the verdict.
Courtesy. It has something to do with cholesterol.
Good night.
Egg night.
RiffTrax.
Yay
Some
for
movies
courtesy. Rebecca says, I think they must have been drained beforehand. You could see the pinholes in the bottom of some of them. That makes sense. Because then you just have the empty shells to work with and you don't have to worry about it like sloshing and messing it up. Ooh, Matthew says, just saw what the Weebles are and now I'm terrified. I only know of the Weebles because my sisters had DVDs of, what show was it? Was it Max and Ruby or was it something else? We had a DVD of some kid show. And one of the, was it Charlotte's Web 2? It was something my sisters were obsessed with when they were little. And it had a couple of trailers. There was an old My Little Pony thing on it. And there was a Weebles thing. It was like, Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Like, they had a whole song on it that would be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. And it's like, there's just these weird little things that'll, like, roll around, but they always end up standing straight. It's very bizarre. I like, as a toy idea, it's not bad. It's just, like, putting it as a show is odd. Let's see. Okay. Alright, we are gonna go with Shake Hands with Danger here, and then we'll get into the main feature, and hopefully YouTube will not shut me down for anything. Like, please don't. This is it's not a review. It's not. It's a, I mean, it's a live stream. Does that count for anything? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Perfect. We're still looking good. Again, if the audio messes up or is too loud or too quiet, just let me know. Because I've learned from doing many reviews of RiffTrax things, their audio is good, but it's not all the same level. So if this is too loud or too quiet, please do let me know. And let's get ready to shake hands with danger.
I can check that gear in a minute, so don't touch anything, okay?
No speaky English.
This is probably actually a little quiet, because it's a little quiet for me, so I'm going to turn it up
Gotta get this
just a
dang
little
thing to Stop
bit.
making guitar noises.
Okay, I think that's better. Let me know if that's too
Steak
loud.
on my face there.
I just wanted to be sure that we're good. Yeah, there we go. I think.
I need your opinion on which curtains will look
See,
better
we go
in
from
my
some of the
guest
worst
bedroom.
short music that has ever been in a RiffTrax short to some of the best music's ever been in a RiffTrax short.
There, now get back up there.
Yes, the director of Carnival of Souls, Herc Harvey, directed Shake Hands with Danger. He also did the carpentry short that's at the beginning of the Skydivers, the industrial art short.
Well, I am Eric Stolt, after all.
Alright, I guess I wasn't thinking.
Gotta count for something.
You mean you'll work on engines?
I could literally quote this, including like what these guys are saying, like not the riffers, with like not even thinking about it. The guy who wanna know.
You can stop shaking hands
I
with
used
Danger
to
now.
laugh at safety. Now they call me Three Finger Joe.
It's odd because I lost both my arms.
Oh my gosh, they need to release this as like just a song that you could put on.
I gotta shake hands with a thunder bucket, I'm telling you.
I have trouble watching this one. I know the gore is fake, but it's still hard to watch.
I got
I'll shut up the audio also rolling.
Now I just feel, I don't know, kind of blue.
It's the gore for me on the next to last one. The one with the arm is pretty bad. That one is a little weird. There we go.
What the hell did you do that?
Machines are designed for safety,
Hello?
but they're big enough to hide a man.
Or several David Spades is...
You could have killed me.
This mechanic is lucky he's able to complain. He should have protected himself by removing the
Like,
keys
I
and
don't
putting a
understand.
do not operate tag on
Ooh,
the
Jason
control.
says there's a remix of this
I'm
song
gonna
on
go back to
YouTube.
my
I'm
job of being a
absolutely,
circuit court judge.
I'm absolutely
Anytime
looking that
you
up
pick
after
a
this,
wrench,
man.
reach
The
for
heck?
control, use
a
a
wrench?
gun, grab a welding torch, or work on any machine. While forgetting safety, you're shaking hands with danger.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No.
Not yet. Seems to be biding his time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Real good.
You take the loader up behind
I
the
actually, everyone's talking about how he directed Carnival of Souls.
Oh,
The
if
thing
there's
is,
anything you can do
I
about your
just
glasses,
watched that
please do it.
RiffTrax for the first time, like this Halloween, just a few days ago. I don't remember why I couldn't see that live show in person. There was some reason. I don't know if I was sick or
All
what
right,
it
I
was.
have complete and utter confidence
So,
in you,
still a little
guy who
louder.
can't
I can
grow
do
a
that.
mustache.
There's blood
Yeah, this
all
one is
over everything.
a little bit
Sure there's
quieter than
something-
eggs. Hopefully, that is good. There we go.
That's all right. My delicately
Okay, I
feathered
just
hair
made it a
will
little
protect
louder.
me.
Hopefully that's enough. But if not, let me know. So,
No, that's the switch that turns
but
on a constant loop
I
of the
watched
music of
Carnival of
Conway
Souls, and I'm
Twitty.
like, based on the name of it, based on what everyone says about it, I'm like, oh man, it must be like really dark and weird and not, maybe not quite Manos, but like it has a cult following. So like, does it give Manos vibes? Is it like its own really horrific thing? I was
I
actually
wrote a
very
30-minute song
underwhelmed
about this issue.
with how
I'm gonna
horrific it
sing
was,
to you right now.
quote unquote.
Better. The man
But it
shouldn't
was
have tried to
interesting. It was
perform
interesting
as
to
an
me because I'm
operator.
like, for me that's actually better because I don't
In
need
fact,
things that
he's
are really
barely
horror or
qualified to
gross.
run the toaster.
But yeah, it was not as bad, which is interesting. I thought it would be a lot worse or
Alan
weirder than it
Jackson,
was.
One is no beginner. Before he begins changing an O-ring on an excavator boom,
The actual
he checks.
short is about 12 minutes
Oil
longer.
temperature down.
I can only imagine how
engine
gory the
off,
stuff they
Red
cut is.
Man Supply restocked.
Really?
hydraulic
They
locking
cut a
gauge.
RiffTrax short.
Okay.
Man,
He'll
I
have that
wonder if
O-ring
these days they would do
installed
the
in
whole
minutes.
thing
Right
because
after
they've
he
done
makes
things
a
like
batch
This
of
Is
his famous
Hormel and
organic
like
cranberry
really
and black
grody
walnut
things that are 30
biscotti.
minutes long. So I don't know. Huh.
I'll just be noodling here on the guitar and watching an episode.
I get the
of Dukes of
Carnival of
Hazzard
Souls
with
as a
the sound
psychological
down
horror.
every
It just wasn't. Because I like that better. I like psychological horrors. I like thrillers a
So,
lot better. It just
what
did
else
not
can I
hit
tell
me
you
at
about
all.
Chuck
I was
Hammer?
just kind of like
Oh yeah, you once
I don't
ate
know, I was
4.5
expecting it to be
pounds of
really
Swanson
weird or
Salisbury steak
really
in one sitting.
tense
Talk
or
about
something
shaking
about it
hands
to
with
stick
danger.
out. And it just I guess after hearing about it for years and finally
Yes,
watching it, I was
sir.
just kind of like, huh.
Danger's chatting
Not-
with
you
some
know,
other
not a
people
lot.
right now, but I'll just tap him on the shoulder, and when he can break away, I'll introduce you to him, and you can shake hands with Danger.
Be nice here. Shake hands with tedium.
Oh, and you know Chuck Hamlin, he doesn't own a couch. Thought I'd throw that in there. He also had a few too many one Sunday
They really
afternoon
let
and
this one play
accidentally
out.
shot his cousin in the leg with the 10 gauge. No arrests
Yes,
were made.
fine.
Thought you'd want to know. That's right.
Ah, bury me with my Charlene Tilton poster.
Man, I really fell on my
Single
keys.
scariest film I've ever watched is Black Swan. I hear that from a lot of people. I've seen that on the internet a lot, that Black Swan is just like insanely psychological and weird. But I guess I was expecting something
Oh, well, keep it clean there, potty
just
mouth.
more intense, even in
this
as
was
psychological
cleaned
as
up
Carnival of
for
Souls, and
radio.
it's just
Should
really
hear the
not. There's not.
explicit version.
Not saying that it's a
Never heard
terrible
the worst.
film and that you must hate it or anything, but I'm just. It was
That many
very
times in your whole
interesting
life.
how much more like
Oh dear.
just normal, I guess, B-movie material it was compared to some other horror films that they've done.
Jeez, the ground is still warm from Chuck's body.
Use the service
little
truck as a
respect.
safe work platform.
This short is
Well, here's a
scary as
company
hell.
grief counselor.
Oh, this gets pretty reminiscent of Days of Our Years. Yes, Days of Our Years, gray short, but man, some of the injuries are like, yikes.
Keep at least 3 points of contact. 2 feet and 1 hand unencumbered.
And with every fiber of your being, try not to look like Al Franken.
This is something I would totally do.
Any shortcut.
Walk down a ladder with
You're
too much in my
inviting
hands.
injury.
I used to sleep on the
In fact,
top
taking
bunk at
shortcuts
my
is
parents' house when
often
I
a
was
quick
younger.
road to trouble.
And like I would absolutely go up and down the ladder with stuff in my arms.
Hear what happened
if
to
you will.
Harry Sanders. Harry has come to work with a problem. His son is having a football-injured knee operated
Matthew says,
on this
Carnival of
morning.
Souls, I saw it before I knew
the
what RiffTrax
operation
was, and it
himself.
unnerved me when it was
Take a couple
unriffed.
hours
Save a little
off
money
to
there.
visit
Could
his son.
absolutely work a lot
The
better.
operator
If I
has
like just watched it
complained that
normally,
the
I might
stretcher
actually
is
get more of the
shifted
like
too slow and
vibes.
the controls are
But
sluggish.
sometimes I get the scary
In a
vibes from
hurry, Harry
RiffTrax
pulls
short, or
only
not
one
RiffTrax shorts,
axle.
RiffTrax
The service
horror
manual says to
films.
pull both axles and disconnect
Just in
steering.
addition to the riffs,
Harry's
so I just,
mustache
I don't
makes
know.
that
It was just weird
impossible.
for me.
Removed and the differential
But like,
unlocked.
again,
The
not
machine
bashing the
shouldn't move.
movie.
She's taken a
It had been
shortcut
so built
before.
up. I was
Harry's a
expecting it to be
lazy-ass
like,
slug of a man.
Waiting for
and
the
it
operator to
wasn't.
return, Harry starts the machine in order to judge the problem. While he waits
The
for
minister in
engine
Days
to
of Our
warm,
Years is
Harry's
clearly
thoughts
causing
drift
all
to
those
worries about
accidents
his
so he can
son.
feed off
I wonder
everyone's
who's gonna
psychic
replace
pain or
Farrah Fawcett on
something.
Charlie's Angels.
I said his son.
Oh, yeah. Wonder how the little mistake is.
The
Busted
accelerator
by the
feels
narrator
stiff.
there, Kevin.
So then he checks the feel of the service brakes.
Then he lets loose with a little one-cheek sneak.
His attention is divided. While thinking about his son, his hands and feet go through motions he
See,
believes
I
have
couldn't do
become
this kind of
automatic.
thing.
But
If
then
it's like,
Harry also believes
your
his
mind,
wife's
you
been
can't let your
faithful.
mind,
In this
wander. I'd be like, oh
absent-minded
man,
state, he
it's all
unconsciously
over.
starts to steer,
We're all gonna die.
jams his foot on the differential lock, and the machine takes off.
Luckily, Mr. Nolte was not at home at the time.
I mean,
though
look
his
at this.
floor-mounted mattress was damaged.
What
in
would
the
be
wreck.
in like the 12 minutes that
and
they
Harry's
cut? Like,
son's
look at
surgery
this.
went badly, too. It's all touch and go.
Lucky for the stunned operator, the machine stops itself.
Thankfully, the machine is smarter than Harry.
Harry is only bruised, but in a crowded area, he could have killed someone.
Right.
Because he ignored safe procedure to save a few minutes' work.
Shake Danger's hand? Hell,
it's-
Harry ain't fit to wipe Danger's
See, and this is
backside.
honestly the kind of thing you need to show me because I'm always like, I'm gonna be fine. If it's just me, I'm gonna be okay. Other people are involved,
Don't
I'm
worry,
like really
folks.
safe.
We
But if it's just
sent
me,
out
I'm
an
like,
agent to
I can
burn
go up.
down Harry's
I can do
house.
this. I can do that. It's fine.
Now, most people
I don't need
have
to check the
days
level of
when they
heat
come
in
to
this
work
oil
with
before I put
worries,
something in it.
hangovers, or
And then I
distractions.
burn my
Those
thumbs.
are times for being doubly cautious.
Ah, oh dear!
Everybody
An
on
insane
the
grizzled
job,
clown.
Put it back on.
Elsewhere, it's
Rebecca
danger
says,
time.
my mind doesn't wander. It globe
Glenn
trots. Yup.
Greenwood was victim of another kind of mental hazard.
Yeah, this is why people
He
need paid
conquered
time
the
off for
world and made
trauma.
us
I
all his
agree.
subjects.
You get that pen, driver? No, but I got this drift. Just give it a whack.
The enormous,
Glenn knows the
unstoppable
risk
ego of that
being
man.
fired against badly chipped metal.
Outraged.
But he's wearing
Getting a lot of
safety
people in here
glasses,
saying
and, there's a
which
macho
movies
thing
are the best for
involved
like
here.
He
psychological
has to make
horror.
up for asking
We
Gary
had it
out
say
on a
Black
date.
Swan,
Friend
Texas
has smeared
Chainsaw
him for being
Massacre,
overly cautious.
The Shining, The Haunting.
Glenn shakes hands with danger.
Glenn's manhood had already suffered a blow by wearing that kicky neckerchief.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
We had our cracked sniper shoot.
I didn't
Glenn
understand
through
this
the
the
point
first
of
time I
safety.
watched it. I'm like, what the heck? Like, how did he hit that and then he
Maybe his friend
like
would
hurt
have
his chest?
laughed
I get it now,
if
like a
he'd
chip
insisted
came off of
upon
it
playing it safe.
and hit him there, but it's
But he
like
sure
the
as
first time I
hell
saw it, I
isn't
was like, the
laughing now.
hell?
His friend is, though.
With tools. The time
Hey,
to make
Raptor
sure
Rex,
you
what
have a
up?
safe ending is before
Mary,
you
this
start
is
using
painful to
them.
watch.
They should
Yup.
be the right tools
Good to see you
for
in
the
here, Mary, as
job
well. I don't think
and
I'd seen
in
you till
safe
now.
condition. If Glenn's friend had ground off that mushroomed face,
Hey, it's
taking care of the
adolescent
tools
acne
he uses,
scars, you
he
jerk.
could have prevented
Days of
that
Our Years is
accident.
darker than
No, it
Last Clear
didn't.
Chance. Last Clear Chance just has good advice. Days of Our Years to give
Iron
the
Man.
impression that accidents are inevitable. Yeah, it kind of
Accidents
did.
happen only to green
That one's a little more just like, we try
Or
our
to
best to
Boston
be
lead
safe,
singer
and yet
Brad Delp.
accidents still happen.
Let them learn the hard way, they say. I'll let them learn the hard way.
The Day I
An
Died is
attitude that
especially dark,
results in
yes.
serious injury.
The stake
They
was a
won't just
gun
be
in
shaking hands.
disguise.
They'll be giving Danger a scented oil rub down.
Sorry about that.
One word of caution from the old.
See, like
timer
Ryan's,
would
I
have
thought it was just a
saved
random
a
heart
lot of
attack. I could always
pain
see
and
the
lost
blood,
work time.
but I never
Danger's niece
understood
is
where it
cute,
came
though.
from. I'm like, what happened? And then it
Even
took
the
like
old-timer
till the second or
can
third
laugh
time
at
I
the
watched it at least
No
that I
one is
understood a
safe,
chip came
ever.
off of that
Everyone run!
thing and hit him in the chest.
But he doesn't think about how much he's grinding down the wheel.
He's too busy thinking up ways to burn the flesh off of greenhorns.
He gets by with it on that longer piece.
Amy says, I shook hands with Danger at a
Ladies and
welding
gentlemen,
company, even
Billy
though I was a
Danger
desk
and the Red
jockey.
Dirt Danger Band.
The gases would leak into our work area, and unlike the welders, we didn't have protective
Grinding
gear.
wheels and metal are what
What?
made
That's
3
bad.
years ago.
Oh yeah, this
Hey,
one's
everyone, the
gross.
cruel old bastard finally got his comeuppance.
Oh, let's hope YouTube doesn't take this down for blood. I didn't even think about that. They didn't take it down off RiffTrax, so I assume it's fine.
Often it's the routineness of the work that makes a person overconfident.
Or
We're
Caterpillar
at like
just
28
hires
people,
bone
by the
stupid
way, which is
workers.
awesome.
He's done at least 100 times.
That's a few more than the last
Yep,
time.
love you
so.
too, Bill.
If he were new at it, Bill would be
Roland, not watching at the moment. Yeah. Yep, I will clear
so
when the
routine
arm has
that
been
caution
pulled
has
off.
been
I will
dulled.
give you
Shake
all the
hands
okay
with
to
Da-
look
Oh,
back.
sorry, got ahead of myself there.
Easy does.
Shake hands with Danger.
The hole is dry.
I should learn this on the
The
ukulele
pinhole
and then do like a
sliding.
cover of it just for
There's
fun.
no stick or swab in the grease can, but he could surely find one if he took the time to search around.
Rebecca, the finger! Yeah, this next one is also bad if you don't want to see it.
Safe or shaking hands with danger.
Me, I shook hands with mediocrity, and
I will let everyone, if everyone is keeping their eyes off of it, I will let you know when this part's over, because it is like, this one is a
His hand
yikes.
right up, Danger.
And here it comes.
Oh, I'll never be
there
able
goes
to
the
punch
arm.
Andy Dick.
Use your other hand.
Oh, right. Well, hey, problem solved.
There it goes. Okay, the arm is off,
If he
but it's
couldn't find a
okay.
stick or a swab, Bill could
Man.
have had the linking members moved apart and greased
Amy
them
says,
separate.
yes, we need more musical numbers, Faith.
But Bill Myers
Honestly, I'm not the best
to be able to
singer
go back
out there, but I do
and
love
look the
playing my
right
ukulele,
way.
so if there's ever something you guys are like,
There's
oh
Bill
man, cover
again.
this, like,
Bill, you
I'll,
idiot.
I will consider it for sure.
Kelsey Grammer, no!
Shake
Down and Out is a
hands
much
with
tamer
The
version. It's
Shake
kind of
Hands
short,
with Danger
yeah.
party mix.
Marriage, OMG.
Shake hands with danger.
Exchange terse emails with perilousness.
Shake hands with danger.
Ryan says, a
Leave a
bee isn't really
voicemail.
anyone's
The
fault, which
office
is
number
true,
of
but I think the
Hazard.
point was, like, he shouldn't have been sticking his arm in there. It should have been the swab thing
Could
instead.
someone please cart off Chuck Hamlin's body? After all, he was your best O-ring replacer.
He's just compost
Finger
now.
Joe.
The relentless guilt of chopping off Bill's hand was too much for the
I'm
front
surprised
loader
how
and
graphic
committed
film became in this
suicide by
era, even film that for general
self-immolation.
The Bee,
audiences.
however, went
I-
on to lead a full,
First of all, I
successful
agree,
life
but I
and was able
assumed
to
that this
sting
was
Nicolas
mostly
Cage
just
in the face
to
38
show the
times before retiring to
workers
Boca
at
Raton.
Caterpillar and be like, look how terrifying this is. Do you want to do this?
I
Ooh.
would know. Good night.
I wouldn't be able to do the fish picker song from
RiffTrax.
Hobgoblins because I don't know what half of it is saying. Secret Agent Super Dragon, I might be able to come up with the right Secret Agent. Bow, bow, Super Dragon. Excuse me. Okay, the pain is over. This was pre-PG-13, that's true. Cool music. We're hanging at about 30 people. I'm very happy about that. 30 people, 10 likes. We're doing really well. I'm just so happy that we hit that 500, man. I'm just like, oh. Oh, you know a song that might be really fun? Dang, I'll have to figure it out, because I can play music. I can read music, because I can play the piano. And I can read tab, because I play the ukulele, so I know how to read that kind of stuff. I'm not really great at being like, oh, hearing a note and being like, okay, that's a C, that's a G, even though I can play a lot of music. So I would have to see if I can find this somewhere, or the best way to, not transpose, I guess it. I would love to do, if I could find out the music to do California Lady, that would be a hilarious one. I'll see you later, Roland. She says, I gotta head out for now. Keep the fun going. We will. And this should be up on the channel as long as YouTube doesn't shut us down, so. Man. Alright. This has been fun so far. I picked shorts that I thought were gonna be really fun. Okay. So now we are ready for Beast of Hollow Mountain. If YouTube, this is just a real quick disclaimer, if YouTube does shut this off at any point, give me 2 to 5 minutes, and I will have a stream back up. I'll label this as like part 1, I guess, and I will have a new stream uploading where I do just probably more shorts or something like that, just so we can still have our little party till like 9:30ish like we usually do.